First Minister, you mentioned the context of these pressures, COVID, the flu, Strep A, but do you accept that your handling of the NHS has contributed to this as well? And to the Health Secretary, are you out of your depth dealing with this crisis?
First, well, I'll answer for Humza. Humza is a Health Secretary doing a very good job in very difficult circumstances. I spent 6 years almost 6 years doing the job that Humza is doing now. I know that in times that then were relatively easy compared to what has been experienced right now, being Health Secretary is possibly the toughest job in government, and you know, Humza is doing it well. In terms of our handling of the health service and our management of the health service, other people will be the judge of that. All I know is that we are facing exceptional pressures that are not unique to Scotland. I'm only here today to talk about the NHS in Scotland, but health services everywhere are dealing with these pressures. I think in many respects, in a relative sense, and I stress only in a relative sense, NHS Scotland is dealing with some of these pressures in a better way than we would see elsewhere, and some of the statistics bear that out. But that is of will, to the very best of our ability, support the health service through these difficult times, and beyond that, support the health service to recover fully from COVID and to make the changes and reforms to patient pathways, methods of care that are necessary.
The best part of 10 years in various different roles, and this is by far the most challenging at the most challenging time. But I think the First Minister is absolutely correct that if somehow Scotland was unique as the only part of the United Kingdom facing these challenges, facing these pressures, and other health services right across the United Kingdom, or indeed, frankly, across Europe and across the world, were somehow performing much better in dealing with these challenges without any problems whatsoever, then of course I think your question would be fairly legitimate, but they're not. Of course, even with these pressures, Scotland still continues to have the best performing A&E departments, for example, than anywhere else in the rest of the UK. So I'll keep doing that job. I'm working relentlessly, leaving no stone unturned to make sure I'm providing as much support as I possibly can to the health service, whether that's helping the workforce. And again, I would just mention the point that so far, of course, before the festive period, where other parts of the United Kingdom were dealing with force, with trade unions, and trying to support the NHS. So I'll continue to do that every waking moment that I possibly can.